Hello, everyone. Coming up here on the Pro Wrestling Show for this SmackDown Ring Report. What a SmackDown Ring Report we had for you. It was amazing. Watch for SmackDown, I can say. Coming up, as you see right here, Bayley teams up with Dakota Kai and one payback from one-time allies, the Kabuki Warriors, when they all were a part of Damage Control. It kind of was predictable. We're going to get to it coming up. Also, too, Carlito teams up. Carlito goes against Santos. They were supposed to have a match at Survivor Series, but now it comes full circle tonight. Carlito and Santos coming up a little bit later. You won't believe what went down. We'll talk about it coming up here on the Pro Wrestling Show. Also, too, another match. Tiffany Stratton, who was the favorite, the MVP of the Women's Elimination Chamber, she takes on Naomi, as Naomi wants retribution, revenge for her loss against Tiffany Stratton. We'll talk about it as well. Also, too, greatness is coming. You heard that from the People's Champion, The Rock, on his Instagram. Greatness is coming. After calling out Cody Rhodes, Dave LaGreca, and Seth Rollins, in which he did allow that right. The Rock said greatness is coming. But The Rock, Roman Reigns, and the whole entire bloodline will be live on SmackDown. We'll get recaps on what went down, what the Great One said, and what this leans towards their story with The Rock and Roman, and what's going on with their story coming up. Man, what a pro wrestling show it was, but we're going to get to it. Also, too, we're going to get to the nitty-gritty, a lot of stuff. Break it down to you coming up here on the Pro Wrestling Show. Man, I can't believe it. Also, too, we talk about this. Is Tama Tonga, could he be joining the bloodline? Tama Tonga joining the bloodline? That could be very so. Tama Tonga, he's here on Wrestling on Zoria is saying coming up. Also, too, John Cena on Hot Topic. Will John Cena be doing some OnlyFans content? Cena doing OnlyFans content? Man, it's worth to believe, but hey, we'll get to it coming up as the Pro Wrestling Show starts right now. Hello, everyone. Welcome to this edition of the Pro Wrestling Show. I'm your host, as always, Kendra Dix here. Glad you joined us on the Pro Wrestling Show. Join in the conversation using the hashtag Pro Wrestling here on Connect. And what a Pro Wrestling Show we have for you coming up here. Man, the SmackDown Ring Report was phenomenal with The Rock, the Great One, making a key promo, and The Rock did not waste no time. So we're not going to waste no time whatsoever either. We're going to get things started with this. Roman Reigns of the bloodline. Roman Reigns coming out there, flanked by his special counsel, Paul Heyman. Heyman came along with Jimmy and Solo. No Jay. Jay ain't around no more, but hey, you know how they go. Paul Heyman, the master of everything, what Heyman like to do. I say this about Paul Heyman. Heyman knows everything, every trick of the trade on what's going on. I can tell you that right now. Heyman has been a manager for a long time. So I'm advocating that Paul Heyman gives you know who, the WWE Hall of Famer. Paul Heyman become a WWE Hall of Famer sooner rather than later. I'll say that. Well, we kick things off with this. Roman Reigns felt a little bit disgusted with the WWE Universe in the crowd, at the crowd cheering, "We want Cody." They want Cody Rhodes to finish his story. Cody had a match against Roman last year, was unsuccessful to win the championship. Some folks even did these animes right here of Cody trying to finish his story. Cody, whoever did these drawings really did good. Paul Heyman from Monday and called Roman Reigns and called The Rock. Well, The Rock came out there. The Rock addressed the crowd like he normally do in Rock fashion, coming out in his $1,000 suits. And The Rock did not hold back one bit. The Rock let everybody know what he truly thought of everybody in Phoenix. Rock even called folks saying that folks had did a survey and a statistic. The Rock found out that people in Phoenix like to do, you know what, nose candy, if you know what I mean, and stuff. I said, what? We can't say it on here on the pro wrestling show, but if you know what I'm talking about, nose candy, you go with that. We're gonna go with that. And the Rock saying that, hey, Solo wants to sing a national anthem. Solo didn't look impressed in that. But the Rock laid down the challenge and stuff to Cody and Seth that they will have that tag team match that everyone's been talking about, that anticipated tag team match with Roman and The Rock teaming together. Roman and The Rock made it clear that, hey, we want the tag team match. We're gonna put it out there. And Rock's continue on with the Cody Crybabies. Rock did not hold back one bit. Rock saying that him and Roman will be a formidable tag team if they do what they had to do. Rock even laid down the gauntlet that, hey, if you beat us at night one WrestleMania in the tag team match, then Cody, it will be no bloodline at ringside for night two. I said, ooh, that makes more sense than ever. Then saying if they won, if the bloodline won, then The Rock and Roman will have bloodline rules, whatever that means. So it'll be a bloodline rule match if that happens. And The Rock and Roman successfully win the championship. We're back. We're sorry about the interruption and stuff. That happens and stuff. But we're back. The Rock issued the challenge for him and Roman. That will happen at WrestleMania Night One, the tag team match, the anticipated tag team match. Rock and Roman taking on Cody and Seth. There'll be Night One. Um, like I said, that's going to be a match that we'll see at Night One. But you can tell right there, The Rock means business and stuff, and how he carries himself. So The Rock and Roman, Night One versus Seth and Cody. That's going to be a match that everyone's going to be buzzing about and talking about for years to come. What The Rock did and stuff, and The Rock making sure that he put the minus touch on Cody and stuff, on what they need to do and what they have to do. So we'll see. But we'll get to that. The Rock also too was going to say, you smell what The Rock is cooking. Rock also owns that trademark too until Roman put his hands on The Rock. I think The Rock felt disrespected at first. You can tell The Rock felt disrespected. Like, boy, what are you doing? Doing this to me. But Roman wanted The Rock to acknowledge him. Rock took his glasses off. Rock looked like he was serious about it and stuff. Rock looked like, boy, no, you did it. And Rock said Rock acknowledges Roman. They said the fans thought the Rock was being a sellout. And Rock said, no, I ain't being a sellout. I'm just doing it because we would do it for each other because we're family. I think that makes sense right there, and that make all the sense in the world. The Rock and Roman will team up at WrestleMania at night one that Saturday to go against Cody and Seth. And The Rock issued a lot talking about Cody Rhodes, talking about Seth Rollins looking like you know what. Kind of Seth is just a walking circus clown and Cody's just a whiny and saying what they're gonna do. So this is their opportunity to do what they need to do at WrestleMania and finish saying that Cody won't finish his story and that Roman will finish his story on by becoming the greatest champion in WWE in the modern history of WWE. So we go on to that. Also, too, was in action. Tiffany Stratton was in action. Tiffany Stratton took on Naomi in an upset. I thought Naomi was going to win, but Naomi's jobbing to Tiffany Stratton in a way. But Tiffany Stratton proving her worth. She was the MVP of the Women's Elimination Chamber. She was a lot of people giving her positive praises over her match, but Tiffany Stratton comes out on top, winning tonight on SmackDown and stuff. So Tiffany Stratton moving on. So how they go. Also, too, we saw this coming a mile away. We really did. Dakota Kai teamed up with Bailey and she took on the Kabuki Warriors. But Dakota Kai, Bailey was gonna make the tag until Dakota Kai decided that she wanted to do business for herself. And she did not do business for her former friend Bailey. She turned on Bailey like as predicted and the Kabuki Warriors, they might well call themselves damage control. And what Dakota Kai is gonna say about that, because I mean, it would have made perfect sense if Sasha Banks would have returned, but we know Sasha Banks going to AEW. But Sasha will soon find out the land is not too green over there in AEW than it is in WWE. I think there would have been a perfect return for Sasha to come back and help a friend even the odds up a little bit, but Sasha wanted to do business. So I know Bailey understands, but hey, you know that. But Bailey got attacked for her efforts. And see right here, by the women. See right here, this is so man, really. You see right there, Bailey getting attacked by both the Kabuki Warriors and Dakota Kai. So Damage Control attacked Bailey. Bailey was the founder of Damage Control. And you can tell right now she's officially got kicked out the group for real. She officially got kicked out the group and she's done. Bailey will get a championship match at WrestleMania against EO. EO playing blindside on Bailey. And Bailey and EO will meet for the WWE Women's Championship at WrestleMania. We don't know what night they'll be. I'm assuming night one stuff at WrestleMania because it's not really building up to what it needs to be. But hey, it is what it is. Also, too, Damage Control feeling themselves got caught up in the rapture as Jay Carhill may be SmackDown's newest diva, a newest female superstar. And we could probably see a tease between Dakota and Jade and EO for the women's title if EO successfully retains her championship at WrestleMania. We'll see that. Also, too, Carlito was in action. Carlito was in action against Santos Escobar. Carlito had Santos. There was a rematch from Survivor Series. It was supposed to be Carlito versus Santos. The Santos group came out there and tried to even up the odds. Until Carlito was in trouble. Until Rey Mysterio returned. Rey Mysterio back from injury after being attacked by Santos in group. And tell right here, they're teasing that Rey might be going against Santos at WrestleMania. Rey's having a match. It was like what I tell people: if you want to be dirty, all you gotta do is just attack Rey Mysterio, and you'll be a villain. Rey Mysterio is a beloved character. He never turned heel unless he was in WCW with the Filthy Animals. But Rey Mysterio, the new leader of the LWO with Carlito. Rey, like I said, with this momentum, Rey Mysterio being cheered by Selena, Carlito, and the rest of them doing what they need to do. But you can tell Rey Mysterio is a beloved figure indeed. But we'll see. Ray will go against Santos at WrestleMania. That's going to be a match right there that everyone wants to see. That we never would thought we'd see, but we did. So Ray versus Santos, we'll see that coming up. Also, too, in another blink of eye, Braun Breaker. Braun Breaker was in action again. I hate when they say it was his SmackDown debut. He already debuted last week on SmackDown. So what you talking about? Braun went against Zion Quinn, and they just damaged Zion Quinn. Zion Quinn got pinned in under like 30 seconds. Zion Quinn didn't really have a chance. Zion Quinn lost with a running spear, and your winner was Braun Breaker. Braun Breaker wins in his post match over Zion Quinn. Also, too, we go from this. Um, Austin Theory and Grayson Waller was in the back, the men's locker room, looking at some. I don't know what they were looking at, but I hope that wasn't Pornhub or something like that. But Randy Orton was looking at too. They were looking at Pornhub. Who knows? But we know that Randy Orton wanted a challenge, and he wanted to go against anybody. He wanted to go either one of them too. I'm surprised he didn't go against both of them. Well, Grayson Waller set up Austin Theory again. He set Austin Theory up once again. Austin Theory then took the bait. Austin Theory will go against Randy Orton, and we'll see that match next week. No, Randy Orton be looking for interest next week as United States champion Logan Paul returns. Logan Paul has some explaining to do, and Randy Orton wants to get his receipt back as what Logan Paul did, costing him the Elimination Chamber to go against world champion Seth Rollins. But speaking of that, Kevin Owens was in the house. Kevin Owens on commentary. I mean, KO is very good on commentary. To be honest with you, he's really good. He's really he has the gift of gab. I'll say that right now. KO has that gift of gab, and KO provided a lot of insight tonight. He was the special guest commentator for the match against Orton versus Austin Theory. The match Orton versus Austin Theory was that Theory had some couple of shots, but Theory coming out of being stale a little bit. Hopefully he'll come back this year of getting back his his pioche a little bit, try to get back on good terms and stuff. It wasn't that, but hopefully with him he will get back and stuff. Well, we saw that Theory Orton took an RKO. Not Orton, but Theory took an RKO from Orton. Orton won with the RKO. Orton delivered the RKO to Grayson Waller. Thought Orton was gonna do the same to KO, but KO too smart for that. KO and Orton, there might be a tag team match in the future for them. KO Orton might team up against Theory and Grayson next week. So we probably see that going down next week. So a lot went down tonight. We saw, and speaking of that was too the the I forgot their names. Butch and Pete Dunne. Pete Dunne and I forgot his name. I forgot his name, but they talked to the general manager Nick Aldis. Nick Aldis said he got WrestleMania implications. I don't know what that might be mean, but they split the tag team titles back. That could be a possibility against the undisputed the Judgment Day. Judgment Day may have to defend against them at WrestleMania for the SmackDown tag team titles. We'll see how it's gonna play out. So a lot of returns. We saw a lot of ruthless aggression stars tonight. We saw The Rock come back. Rock was part of the ruthless aggression nearly 20 years ago in the Attitude Era. Rey Mysterio was part of the ruthless aggression era. And we saw Carlito, who was part of the ruthless aggression era as well, made various appearances as well. So ruthless aggression stars in and out tonight, in and about. Speaking of ruthless aggression, Lashley was a ruthless aggression star. Lashley will go against Karrion Kross next week on SmackDown to end their feud. So Karrion will go against Lashley next week on SmackDown. +2, Logan Paul returns. What Logan Paul has in store for the SmackDown audience next week coming up. All right, that ends the SmackDown Ring Report. We're gonna move over to Wrestling Hot Topics. On Wrestling Hot Topics, we're gonna be talking about this right here, and what a Wrestling Hot Topic it was. We talked about Cody Rhodes. Cody Rhodes announced his tour dates that he's gonna have in March. We know he'll be in Dallas next week for Texas next week to, to respond to the Rock's challenge. Cody Rhodes, we told you that he did this. Someone did this great anime of Cody Rhodes and Paul Heyman. Cody Rhodes attacked the whole attacked everybody in sight. Great anime and stuff. Cody Rhodes looking forward. You know he's coming to Dallas. You know he's gonna have a response on Raw this Monday to the Rock's response. You know that's gonna happen next week. The Rock and Cody. We will see that as well. Speaking of the Rock's former rivals, John Cena saying he has a new OnlyFans account, and I don't know what John Cena's trying to do, but hey, that's his business. Cena always trying to think outside the box. So we'll see what John Cena got in store for his OnlyFans account. I hope it ain't, what it is. Speaking of that, we're hearing reports that Tama Tonga will be joining the bloodline at some point. They consider him family. And it just strengthens the bloodline by adding new members to the group of the bloodline. You know how that be. Bloodline going forward and stuff. We'll see. Speaking of another story, we told you Cody Rhodes said, I ain't watching all that. I'm happy for you, though. I'm sorry that happened. I don't know what Cody Rhodes trying to say, but hey, that's being Cody. Speaking of that, CM Punk is scheduled to be on the final Raw of before WrestleMania. Will CM Punk make a final appearance? I'm assuming CM Punk may be the host of WrestleMania. That's my guess. That's my assumption. But we'll wait and see. We're hearing reports that CM Punk, Sylvester Stallone, and Conor McGregor have all three of them hosts. One host one night, one host the other night, and the other just there, just to be there. You know how they go. But, we'll see how that's going to move forward and stuff, heading towards that. And two, we want to say this is impressive right here. Dakota Kai, after she turned her back on Bayley, this was her almost 300 days of not competing in the ring. So Dakota Kai will be back in the ring. She did it so dirty tonight by turning on Bayley the way she did tonight. The way she left Bayley for dead. Stuff like that. So that could be the point of that. All right. That's going to do it for the SmackDown Ring Report. We know we're waiting next week. The Rock and Roman are waiting the answer of Cody Rhodes. He will say something on Raw. Cody's going to be there because Cody already had scheduled. So Cody jumped the gun. So we're waiting to see the confrontation between The Rock and Roman Reigns and Cody Rhodes and Seth Rollins for next week's SmackDown. It's going to happen. It's going to happen real good. All right. That's going to do it for the Pro Wrestling Show. We'll see you tomorrow for the AEW Collision Ring Report. So for me being Kendrick Dick saying so long, thank you for watching the Pro Wrestling Show. We'll see you later.